All right, good evening. Welcome back. It's Monday night, so you already know what time it is, and you can hear my Twitter just a dinging. That's all the alerts telling you that we are live. We're the Beast of the East podcast on the Bleav Network, also coming at you on y'all's conference network as well. Joining me, we finally have the full crew. I thought it was just Ed Reed stumbling in, but that's just my man Israel Troupe. And of course, Vinny Hardy going t-shirt, no baseball jersey today. What's up, guys?
Yo, glad to be back.
Sure.
We're in football season, man. We just got done with spring, so I ain't got to drive Raycross anymore, so that's good.
That's good. I saw the Go Gators thing, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna have to say Gators now because he's a Ware County Bulldog or a Ware County Gator.
I got nauseous as I was typing that. I almost threw up as I was typing it. My palms got sweaty. You know, it was.
Was there vomit on your sweater already?
No, not yet. Not yet. I kept it in.
And it wasn't mom's spaghetti?
Soul. No, not mom's spaghetti. It was grandma's spaghetti that day, though. Yeah, my grandma. She cooked, and she did make spaghetti. So I mean, it was coming back up.
On the surface, though, you look calm and ready.
Yeah.
How in the world, in any school in Georgia, any high school in Georgia be nicknamed the Gators? That'd be like a school in Kentucky being the Volunteer.
Well, Waycross is in the swamp. I'll give them credit.
They are where Gators go to Florida.
Okay.
The Okefenokee Swamp and all that stuff's down there in Waycross. So it's a very fitting name for Waycross.
Okay.
My best friend's dad was
in the lunchroom. It's a real gator that they stuffed and put in the lunchroom.
There you go. It probably one of your booster club members probably killed it, and they probably renew it annually.
No doubt. He's about 10 feet, something like that. He's a big one, and it's real. Like it's legit.
Now, Israel, what I heard, and one of my best friend's dad used to be a principal down there before he retired. But what I heard is that every new coach has to go wrangle up the new live mascot and bring it in.
I'm glad I'm not the head coach. There's a lot of things.
Well, this year you're the offensive coordinator and assistant head coach, right?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing I was here at Monroe. But I hunt. I do a lot of things, but that's a lot of water. You can't drink it all. No. I don't move that swiftly in water.
Oh boy. Yeah, that looks fun. So I just want to let you guys know, the chat is available. So Russian Bots, Israel's back, so you can come talk to him. But we are brought to you by Betonline. Our partners at Betonline continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. You can find all the latest odds, news, sports developments for NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball. We'll get to something in just a second on that. Fights and NFL futures. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and the fan favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's really easy to get started. Head to the website or use that mobile device. Sign up or use your promo code Bleav to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline is where that game starts. So, Israel, Vinny, did you know that the Reds threw no hitter and then they lost?
I saw that. You know how, I don't know if you can curse on here, but how shitty of a team that you have to be for your pitcher to throw a no hitter. Well, as a group, throw a no hitter and you not score a run.
Yeah, that's so bad. Like how?
They got to fight me in the
all you got to do is get one across.
Some Little League stuff, and the Reds are pretty much the unofficial team of Kentucky. Cincinnati's just an hour from Lexington. Even in Southeast Kentucky, where I grew up, which is 4 hours from Cincinnati, that's the closest MLB team. So everybody in Little League wanted to play for the Reds. The Reds were. I was a Braves fan. I leaned south, but
you're a Superstation baby.
Yeah, Western Kentucky is Cardinals fans, but pretty much all the rest of Kentucky is Reds fans. So they are struggling right now, and that's some Little League stuff. It only happened 6 times in the history of MLB when you have a no-hitter and lose.
God.
And the 2022 Reds just doing that.
That's what happens when you walk everybody.
Hunter Green is going to be good, but
Hunter Green is nasty.
We saw him in Atlanta, Corey.
I know we did. He was dealing, man. Still
I'm a baseball.
He's got a nasty sinker,
and that's unacceptable.
Yeah, so
you can't. Yeah.
When was the last time that's happened?
I don't know. Let me look.
It can't be in the modern era of baseball because
last time
total in all the years they've been playing 6 times.
Yeah.
Golly. Now you're in the record books for being terrible.
Yeah. That's beyond rare.
Oh, here it goes. It's last time it happened is 2008 when Jared Weaver and Jose Arredondo of the Angels lost while holding the Dodgers hitless.
With the Angels, right? As you said, Jared Weaver.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cincinnati's accomplishment isn't an official no-hitter because its pitchers didn't go at least 9 innings.
Man, that's selfish. That is selfish by the hitters. You guys out there dealing, you didn't even score a run. Just one.
Play small ball. Just get, like I said, just get one across, and you're good.
You know what I noticed? Speaking of the East, I watched Tennessee and Georgia play. And
I saw that. I saw the tweet. I responded to it. Even though we took the series,
I was seething just watching them play. They had a guy, I forget what his name was. He had struck out 6 times, before the at bat that he was in over the weekend, and that was his 7th strikeout when he struck out when he was at bat. I've never done that in a 2-week month time span. Struck out 6 times. He did it in a whole weekend. Mind you, that's very impressive and very upsetting at the same time.
Did y'all win the series?
We ended up winning the series. The bats came alive, I think, on Sunday with an 8-3 win. But it was like it's so up and down with Georgia because I think our guys, if they're not hot at the plate, they're freaking ice cold. There's no in between. There's no okay, we hit and we scored a few runs, but our pitching came. It's either we get slaughtered and have no approach at the plate and can't hit a lick, or we're tearing a cover off the ball. I wish there was a little bit more consistency.
So y'all took 2 out of 3 from Tennessee?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm not here to complain about that. I will definitely take it.
We got in the week before. That was the first series they lost all season.
Yeah.
When they came to Lexington and then lost to Georgia as well. So, we're struggling in baseball, but that means we took y'all 2 out of 3 and took Tennessee 2 out of 3. They against top 10 teams, that's when Kentucky shows up. Against the mediocre teams, they lose.
Kentucky's played the most consistent ball, like Vinny said, when they're playing top tier teams. I can definitely say that. When they're playing top tier teams, they're spot on.
Come to play.
It might not make the SEC tournament because of the way they play against the crappy teams. They lost 2 out of 3 to South Carolina. They got Auburn coming up. They control their own destiny. They can, only 12 teams make it, and we down here fighting it out with Mississippi State to see if they can even make the SEC tournament.
Which is crazy for Mississippi State. They won it all last year, didn't they? Or is this COVID thing such a blur that they won it 2 years ago and somebody else won it last year?
Somebody else won it last year. I can't remember who did.
I can't think of it either.
But Auburn just took 2 out of 3 from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. They won that series against Alabama. And Alabama's a pretty good baseball team. Yeah,
my man Jake Thomas can't be too thrilled with that. He's he's not the. But yeah, nonetheless, Tennessee does still remain number one. They are a team that still needs to be dealt with because their bats are fairly consistent. Their pitching is really good, and tournament play can hold up really, really well. So we'll see kind of how that does in the postseason.
They're gonna flame out though, right? They're gonna flame out at some point.
They've got to. They're so emotional, right?
Yeah, and they get ticked off at the least little thing. They're gonna, and then there's even fans because I'm hopping a jump from you up the road in East Tennessee, Corey, and there's some fans already, bracing for the letdown. Oh, we've enjoyed this, but then we're gonna get into regional. And we're gonna flame out. They're already like, oh.
They're already getting nervous. Yes. It's such like they're such an emotional program, like all around. Like their basketball team was that way. Their baseball team seems to be that way. Their football team seems to be that way. I don't understand it.
Mississippi State is defending champ 2020.
Something.
Yes.
Something. It's like, geez, Louise.
They are killing the fans on these ticket prices. Like, you think you go to minor league baseball game, you go to a game. I'm asking dudes, y'all going down to watch Tennessee instead of watching the Smokies? It's like, man, the prices are higher than football tickets right now. They are through the roof to go watch the Tennessee baseball team in Knoxville. It's ridiculous.
And their games are like the Savannah Bananas, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. The Vols?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been down there.
Is that a 5-hour energy?
No, it's a Coke.
Oh, I was about to say, damn, bold strategy there at 9 o'clock?
No,
10 o'clock?
Man, we had field day today, which is the first time I've ever been a part of field day for high school students today. Big Red was not playing. She was not playing today. About 10 o'clock, it was like 95. So it got hot quick.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, welcome to South Georgia, right?
Absolutely.
Ugh.
But yeah, I watch Tennessee. I like the emotional part that they play with. I think they play with a lot of energy. But I feel like I'm watching a little league 9-year-old team play at the same time because their coach will fly off the handles, which I like. He's going to bat for his kids and things like that. But sometimes I'm like, dude, calm down. Like I think he drinks too many 5-hour energies before the game even starts. But
it's like a bit much.
And it's like, everybody calm down. It's baseball. Like it's not meant to be that stressful.
But they feed off of it in a good way and bad way. Like when he's up and they need the energy boost, he's there, and it gets him going. But in other instances, they get so wrapped up in the emotions of everything except for actual baseball, it becomes a distraction.
Absolutely.
And now they can't focus at the plate because they're worried about somebody bat flipping or, talking stuff. Whatever shit. We already lost our clean rating, so we're good. Talking shit, all that stuff. I mean, I just don't I guess I don't understand how they operate. And how they can function like that, and how they can keep playing at a high level, especially when the stakes get when they go up against the Vandy Whistler in a tournament setting, like that's going to set them off, or like the freaking Rally Raccoon out in Arkansas, like that's going to get them going a little bit. You see that?
The Rally Raccoon. Yeah. I saw that.
The dude just that dude. That was the play of the weekend, dude. That dude just reached down and just snatched that raccoon up.
Like that raccoon,
no glove, nothing.
Paying attention. There's no way that raccoon was looking at him and he grabbed it.
It was
not a chance. Not a chance.
Proud, and he ran up on it from behind. Had to. He was looking.
Had to.
Raccoon was taking everybody else, and then.
Have you ever ran up on a raccoon?
No.
I don't know. I haven't, and I don't really want to.
They don't act like that. They don't let you just grab them. Like, hey, little buddy, come here. Like, no, they don't do that.
Hey, I'm going to bite your hand off and give you rabies.
Absolutely not. He snuck that raccoon. That raccoon was eating popcorn and he just ran up behind him. Yeah. It is impressive though.
Yeah,
that raccoon was on a popcorn high.
I thought it was a badger at one point. I was like, wait a minute now. How in the world? But then I looked, I was like, oh, that's a raccoon. That's a big old raccoon there.
Only in Arkansas.
He was old.
Right?
He was an old man. It was an old raccoon.
Must have been. He was just he was just chilling, watching the game.
His spidey sense didn't go off.
Yeah. Dude, that dude would have, I know my luck. I would have done the same thing and got my hand bitten off. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying though.
I don't grab wild animals.
Nah.
Unless I'm going to go pick it up when it's laying down.
When it's dead.
And his heart's not beating when I go pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like all those hogs you shoot, right? Don't you go hog hunting?
Absolutely. So speaking of, all right, so I'm coming from Waycross last week, right? My last day, and I see a big black flashlight run across my truck. I'm like, what in the world was that? So I drive up a little bit further, and it is a legit 250 plus black hog that just crossed the road.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you pull over and shoot it?
No, I didn't have it, my guns in my truck, but I just kind of looked at him and he looked at me, and then he just kept walking. He was huge, absolutely huge, solid black.
Damn. So what's the technique on shooting hogs?
You shoot it, preferably in the head, one shot, and go ahead and put it down, because the bigger they get, the tougher they are to put down. Because they're wild, so the more they run, they're very fast. So Arkansas's hog, right? The one that they bring out,
the Razorback or whatever.
Yeah. So picture that in the wild, and those are the ones you see.
Nice.
Now that's a tame one that they caught and kind of raised in a pen. But as big as that hog is, and they shave his tusks down, pretty much domesticated. So picture that thing with tusks running around in the field. And that's what a wild hog is.
Do they run up in neighborhoods and stuff?
Absolutely. They don't care. They destroy crops.
My granddaddy was from Alabama, Leeds, outside of Birmingham, and he was born 1915. So we talking, Great Depression as a kid coming up. And he said those things would be so big and their tusks so long that they could just, rip a horse guts and kill a horse and just, gut a horse with their tusk.
Absolutely. That's what they do. And this one,
Jesus.
he had some tusks, but it wasn't too big. But so a lot of times you try to trap them with dogs and stuff. So they make little vests for dogs, because they'll rip a dog in half with those tusks and stuff. So he wasn't lying. They can be from about that big to about that big of tusks. And sometimes some are bigger, just depending on how old it is. But here's the thing. Here's the fun part. So if you take a domesticated hog, like on a farm, and you release it into the wild, eventually it'll become wild. And it'll start growing tusks. By being domesticated, the tusks and stuff don't grow.
Wow.
And then they get
fun fact of the day.
So like most domesticated animals, you throw them out into the wild and bam, they're dead like that. Hogs, not so much, right?
Nope.
They get in where they fit in and they adapt to the situation.
Absolutely.
I just gained a lot of respect for Arkansas and their mascot. Good.
I remember when we played them, and they put it. We came in after pregame, just like at LSU when they bring Mike the Tiger, they'll come put it right by your locker room. Well, they brought this hog right by our locker room. Now, mind you, I've seen him in the wild. I know one. I've never seen one that big in person before. And they rattle the cage, and he's bucking against the cage, right by our locker room.
It's probably an unnerving thing because I'm sure you don't really see it until you're up on it, right?
Yeah, it was laying down. I'm sure
they place it.
Yeah, it was. Oof.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Like at LSU, you come out of this little narrow tunnel, and all of a sudden there's Mike the Tiger trying to rip your head off.
Yep. And like at Colorado with the buffalo, they run the buffalo right at you, into the truck.
Nice.
And the truck's right by so you know how Colorado, you're walking down the grandstand right here onto the field from a visitor side. Well, when they're running the buffalo around, the truck that they put them in is right next to that walkway, like right next to it. So when they're running them around, they run them right dead at you and into the truck. But it looks like as they're coming around that he's running right at you.
Yeah.
It's an optical illusion.
They know.
That's somebody studied psychology right there. That's pretty interesting. Was that the best like non-conference stadium you played in? Did you play at were you on the
Colorado
team?
was cool. Oklahoma State was really cool too with the paddle situation.
And they're right on top of you, aren't they?
Yeah, they're right there. Like,
was that
right
the hottest game you played?
Arizona was at the beginning of the game, and then when we played Arizona State, it was really hot. And then as soon as the sun went down, it got chilly quick.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the game Noshawn went off, right?
It was pretty toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it being just blazing. It looked hot on TV. It just looked, and everybody kind of looked just dehydrated. That's what I hear. But everybody kind of looked dehydrated. Yeah. Yeah. More ways than one. I love it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. You know, just I never knew. I didn't think I was going to log on tonight and learn so much about hog hunting. But
yes, nature.
Now you're going to be hunting gators.
Absolutely not. No. I don't fish in the ocean.
Going to see.
I don't fish in. Well, the biggest lake that I fish in is Lake Blackshear, and I fish in the sloughs. I don't go out in the big part of it.
Right.
But I don't. No, I don't like that. Swampy areas with snakes and snapping turtles and stuff. Gators. I don't do that.
Yeah. Now Israel, I can't remember. It's been a while. Did we talk draft with you? Did you give us your opinion on the draft?
No. I was out that week, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it was a good draft. I think everybody kind of got what they needed. I felt like Malik should have went sooner. He, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the draft. In my opinion, I think Atlanta should have got him. They have a problem with drafting kids from Atlanta and bringing them home to be a hometown name, which I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that.
You take another receiver, but didn't get anybody else to throw him the ball other than Mariota. I like Mariota. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the face of the franchise either.
I mean, they get Ritter, they get Desmond Ritter, but I mean, really, Desmond Ritter's just a carbon copy of Mariota, which doesn't really serve you a purpose.
Absolutely, but best of luck to him. I think they got it right with Trey going first. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars got a steal there. So, I mean, I tweeted the other day. I was watching do drills, and I was like, this young man is huge. I understand why Michigan couldn't block him now. I really do, because he is a grown man,
and he freaking moves too.
Absolutely. I think Georgia had a great showing in all of our guys. I mean, just to have that many guys get drafted, even in the late rounds, is a testament to what Georgia's doing. They're doing things right. They're developing players. Ha ha to those that say Kirby Smart doesn't develop players.
He does.
But
it was just a fluke. It was just because Alabama's receivers got hurt. That's all.
Yeah, sure it was.
And then, of course, Green Bay. They, if I can't, I'm not gonna pronounce this right, but Gutekunst or whatever his name is, the GM for the Packers. If he was in Atlanta, maybe Atlanta would be Georgia Bulldogs South.
Absolutely. He loves Atlanta players.
He loves them Georgia players, man. He got a pair of them in the first round with Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker.
So I mean, it's a great it's a great showing. But what I don't understand is I understand it's a job, and we've all coached before, and we know the game, right?
Right.
How analysts who've never played this game before can tell you, well, he shouldn't do this or they shouldn't have did that. This is a terrible idea. Yeah, you watch film. I get it. You watch tape. But there's more to the game than just watching a couple plays on film. That's how I feel about it. You know, the all-around body of work, the way he moves, the way he carries himself. You know, did you sit in the interviews with him? Which I know you didn't. You just got secondhand information.
Right.
And it just bothers me sometimes that people who've never been in this game or been in situations past JV and Pee Wee League, you know, can tell you about the NFL and college football.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you know, just I think analyzing based on the information that you have, I think if you understand that you have a limited source of information, like people talk in such absolutes, I think that's where the problem lies. It's absolutely this, it's absolutely that, when we know it's not. Like, you're doing the best you can, and you get it, especially in the later rounds, you get exposed to some of these guys, and it's like, okay, do we, it's a razor's edge anyway of what you're trying to determine. And you're looking through a guy's medical history, you're looking through, you've probably been through every game of his college career, you've talked to him on the phone, you've interviewed him, you've seen him face to face at the combine, at the pro days. So you have a feel of just kind of how he is in his natural element. And if you feel good about it, you pick him. If you don't, then, or if you feel better about one guy than the other. And a lot of it, I think people think that to pick one person, you have to dislike another. Yeah. And that's just simply not true. It's, okay, we like this guy a little bit more because, and that's all it really should take. And we're not going to know. I mean, some of these second rounders could be complete busts. Some of these seventh rounders could be future starters. Like you don't know.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, for one. Tay Crowder is another one that I love to point to. He was Mr. Irrelevant. He's a starter for the Giants now. It's just all about what situation you land in, what the team needs, and kind of how you develop as a pro. I mean, everything about a pro is total freedom. Like there is no regimented schedule like you have in college, right?
Absolutely. And that's like me, Vinny being a basketball guy, and then me telling Vinny, well, he sucks at basketball. He can't do this. He can't do that. Well, how do you know? Oh, I watched 2 games. So, Joe Blowdown, in the office, leaked some information to me about him.
Yeah.
And then Vinny's like, nah, cuz that ain't how this works.
Exactly. Now, I will justify anything I say about basketball with, this is my very undereducated opinion on basketball. Like, this is what I see. And then I'll let Vinny tell me, okay, no, this is what you should see. This is what you should look at. And there's an assistant basketball coach that played, he played Division III basketball. And he was like a student coach at MTSU. And he's still a young guy. Now he's working at our high school. He wants to be a high school basketball coach. And, I'm talking to him, and dude is freaking knowledgeable, man. I talked to him about Tom Crean. He's like, dude, Tom Crean is awful. So I was like, yeah,
we figured that out the hard way.
Yep. And I asked him about Mike White and what the difference was, and he's like, yeah, he's gonna play to your team's strengths. He's a good recruiter, and the most important thing is you guys will be relentless on defense, is what he told me. Wow. So I was happy to hear that.
I think that's a true statement from watching this Florida team play. Vinny, what do you think?
What the Mike White Skaters? Or you talking about?
Yeah, Mike White Skaters. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were still solid. I don't know if I was maybe thinking they would do more, but they were still better than I thought. Once you look at the record, and I still don't. Maybe Florida fans don't care because they're all, they didn't care when they won back-to-back titles. Honestly. So they're, it's just spring game football season.
Right.
But so yeah, he's definitely gonna be an upgrade for you guys, because Tom Crean's still living off of when he had Dwayne Wade at Marquette, and
I think I would be an upgrade.
They beat us in the Elite Eight, Final Four. That's 20 years ago. He's still, he had that. Then he went to Indiana, got the Indiana job. Didn't underachieve there. Y'all saw firsthand. I mean, you had Anthony Edwards, and it,
Yeah.
so he's had some players, and I mean, he's going to. Is he in Evansville? No, I think he went to Evansville. Just got hired at Evansville, and
Yes,
you can probably go and sell D Wade and Anthony Edwards and milk that for whoever.
He'd be good at Evansville.
Maybe so. Maybe that's the league and the level where he needs to be, because he coasted to some high profile programs for a long time, and just keep getting recycled, and people keep hiring, you keep taking a job and cashing the checks, and
exactly.
He milked it, man. You can't be mad at him.
I know exactly. So, it's not his fault. People keep hiring him.
Mike White is solid. He don't wow me, but that don't mean he's not gonna be good. That don't mean he's not gonna upgrade Georgia. I think I just expected him to do a little bit more at Florida than he did, but he was still solid. Maybe he felt the need to change. Maybe he felt the apathy. Maybe he felt okay, it's getting a little stale.
I'm gonna go to a place that really wants me there and appreciates me. That's probably what happened.
Get the crowd back, get some buzz back. Beat Florida when you play Florida, which that's y'all will love that. I mean, he's got a lot of. I guess if he did a pro con list, the pros outweighed the cons for him to make that move.
They did. You know what's scary looking, by the way, going back to football? I'm looking at some of these rookie mini camp photos, and Jordan Davis in an Eagles uniform just looks devastating. Because
you got
that helmet is
Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
That D line is absolutely ridiculous right now.
Yeah, and
not only that, Fletcher Cox plays like 80% of the snaps. Like, it's not like he plays a couple, then he's off the field. Like, he plays like dang near the whole game.
They got Brandon Graham too.
They got some dudes on defense now. Their defense is going to be legit.
And they got Nakobe.
They got some weapons on. They got, what's his name? From Tennessee now. The receiver.
AJ
Brown. You're talking about the Titans.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain thinking Vols. I'm like, Vols. Okay, Vols. Who got the receiver? Velus Jones was
go to Philadelphia.
I was like, I thought he went to the Bears, but maybe I'm wrong.
I was with you, Corey. I was like,
yeah,
Velus
yeah.
Man,
I thought he went to Chicago.
Jeez, guys.
I know. Like, okay, maybe they engineered a trade. Okay, this is good. Okay. I see where we're going here. Yeah.
As a Cowboys fan, I wasn't thrilled to see Davis go there, and if they got somebody to throw Brown the ball, the Eagles made some moves. If Jalen can give him the ball and they can protect him,
Dallas did nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm so disappointed. Jerry Jones just needs to go in the office and write the checks. He doesn't need to be a part of anything else. Just write. Here's the thing: take a page from the Colts general manager or the owner, or whoever he is. Not the Colts, the Rams. The Rams.
I thought Chris Ballard of the Colts did a really good job.
He did too. But guess what the Rams do say? He said after they won the NFC, he said, give the trophy to Coach McVay because all I do is write the check. He tells me what they need, and I write the check. That's all I do. That's it. As an owner, that's what you do.
Stan Kroenke or whatever his name is.
Jimmy Johnson would still be there, but Jerry was trying to yank the trophy out his hand.
Exactly. I mean, bro. They even said it at the beginning of like when Jerry bought the Cowboys. Jerry's like, now I'll take care of the business side, and Jimmy, he'll take care of the football side, and we're gonna build a dynasty here. And what ended up happening was Jerry was like, "Nah, I can't deal with the just the financials. I got to get involved in the football. I got an ego, and I got to feed it. Yep. So screw you, Jimmy. We're only going to win 3 Super Bowls instead of 10."
Yeah.
God. How was my Jerry
Jimmy
Jones impression? Was it good?
That was pretty good. That was actually pretty good.
Jimmy
good. Would be the Bill Belichick of the NFL right now if he
he
Jerry
absolutely
would just alone.
Well, he may have gotten burnt out at some point, but because Jimmy's not really one that's going to obsess over. He's highly emotional, and he's going to obsess to the point where he's going to like burn himself out.
That's true.
And then he's like, for him to haven't come back since he left the Dolphins, that tells you that he's like, yeah, I'm good. I got a restaurant. I can go fishing whenever I want to.
Yeah, I mean, you see that tan he's rocking? Shoot. You think I'm going to come back and coach football? No.
Yeah, dude lives in the Keys, man. He's just
making his Fox money.
He's like, man, I just got to work like one day a week.
Hang out with Howie and Terry and JB a little bit, kick it. Yeah. Much easier.
I get to look at Clarissa all day. That ain't a bad gig.
Not a bad gig at all. Not a bad gig at all. Speaking of people leaving their gigs, though, Drew Brees is like, yeah, I'm gonna leave my analyst job. I may play football. I may coach my son's teams. I may go be professional pickleball player. I may join the senior tour. Like, how do you go from like possibly playing football again to joining the pickleball tour?
Bro, he bored. He bored, cuz.
He is straight bored. God.
You see, Tom Brady was retired for what, 3 months?
40 days or whatever, right? Whatever 40 days is.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
He said he was at the house playing pickleball with his son and say, you know what? This ain't for me.
Yep. See you later.
Yeah, he had to go pick up the kids 2 times in carpool. He was like, this is it. This is the last straw.
He probably got into it with one of the moms at school.
PTA, man. He'll do it to you every time.
I know. So one of the moms like gossiped about his outfit one time, and he probably was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm coming back.
Oh my God, Becky! Did you see him off the boat when they won the Super Bowl? He had to be carried.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Rebecca! That was awful. Yeah, right. He was totally housed. He threw the trophy. Oh my God! What embarrassing behavior.
Shh, I don't hear you come. Hi, Tom. How are you? You know how they
Tom? Do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Hey man, did y'all see? Well, first of all, let me give props to Kentucky women's track team. 4x400 relay team just set a collegiate record at the SEC championships.
Again, they're good.
They're pretty good.
And this, let me give them all love real quick. Abby Steiner is the main star. Y'all just Google her. She ran the third leg in 48.8 seconds. And I mean, Google her running the 100 or the 200. Google Abby Steiner. She is killing it. She is smoking everybody. But Abby Steiner, Karama Davis, DeJure Miles, and Alexis Holmes were the 4. So props to Kentucky track. And speaking of Atlanta, Ryan Howard, first week as a rookie, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. They're 3-0. She is killing the game in the WNBA. So gotta give Ryan Howard her props as well.
The Atlanta Dream.
Moved up to take her, traded up to get her. And I think they won 22, 23 games in the past 2 years. They're already 3-0. And she's averaging about 21 a game and just doing all the same stuff she did at UK. Just versatility, assists, defense. These girls are taking it right at her, trying to take her to the rim, and she is Mutombo and veterans coming at her, just emphatic blocks, and then looking at him like, what you trying to do? She's hooping already. She is killing it. So props to Ryan Howard. Everybody's kind of seeing what we saw for the past 4 years.
It is amazing what happens when Atlanta drafts good players. They actually start winning.
I know. The Braves did it.
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The Hawks are about to trade for Ben Simmons. Vinny, what's your opinion on Ben Simmons? I think he's scared to play basketball.
Let's hear it, Vinny. Come on now. Give me something good.
Ben Simmons.
Okay, so honestly, now he
go off on it.
SEC guys, he was at LSU and all that hype. He didn't even get them to the tournament. That was the first red flag. You can't even lead your team to the big dance. That was red flag number one. He still went number one in the draft and all that, and still got paid. And then a couple years later in the playoffs, we see him not want to. He's been kind of coddled, been kind of babied the whole way. But when he didn't get LSU to the tournament, I was like, come on, man, that's what's really with this pitcher, because you can't put him on your back and you can't carry him. That was,
I mean, he doesn't have the fortitude to do so.
Yeah. I mean, so that was the first red flag, and it's just.
My thing is, how do you not want to play?
You got the Chuck Knobloch issues. I'm scared to shoot. Knobloch couldn't throw it to first. Remember we played for the Twins?
Yes.
So now it's just a mess, man. It's just it's a lot going on with Ben, and I don't know if he'll ever can come back from it or not. I don't know.
No.
How do you not want to play in the league this day and age?
How funny was it? How funny was it? They traded Harden to Philly for Simmons, and the whole second half of that game where they got knocked out, James Harden didn't shoot. He's like a volume shooter and a gunner, and he did the same thing as Ben Simmons. You trade a dude that don't shoot, and the dude you bring in quit shooting, which was
they're just both of them. Harden and Ben Simmons are two of the most mentally
enigmatic. Dude.
Exactly. And then you had the Nets, who are the number one seed in the East. They go down because they're built on a house of cards with Kyrie and Durant. Those are two of the most emotionally unstable basketball players. But how about the Suns last night?
Oh my goodness.
Getting 40-pieced.
Oh.
At home in Game 7.
Luka did whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. He was laughing at the crowd as he was making shots, flexing on them, posting dudes up, shooting threes over the centers, posting up. Whatever. You put a guard on him, go straight to the block. Put a big man on him, let me bring him out. And
just whatever he wanted.
I think they got Coach 30 before the game was even over. I think he was in the midst of making that video before the game was over.
I think he released it. He did it as Charles Barkley. I was like,
Pat Beverly and Paul are going to come to blows. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly's been talking trash and didn't even do nothing.
Yeah,
he did absolutely nothing to help. But you want to talk? Come on, cuz.
They had him on First Take and everything today. He was making the rounds on ESPN, just throwing all kind of shade at Chris, because it was. I mean, Chris didn't do anything. They were down 40 before Chris Paul made his first bucket, though. And
one thing about basketball now, there's no dominant player in basketball now. It's a group effort now. No player is gonna just take over. He's got to have some support. You know what I mean? Not like Mike, he take over for the Bulls, and Shaq was take over in his prime in Orlando and then the Lakers, and then he got Kobe, which helped him, and then you got Charles Barkley and all those guys. You know what I mean? So now you need some help, and when that help ain't helping you, now you about to get beat.
That's what happened with Milwaukee. As good as Giannis is,
he had no help.
Chris Middleton was hurt. He got hurt at the end of the first round, and it caught up to him because there wasn't a Robin to his Batman, and he just kind of ran out of gas. He was missing layups at the end. He was missing easy buckets.
You just couldn't do it.
Yeah. And then Boston, you had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They're hooping. I hate Tennessee. I don't like the Celtics. But Grant Williams scores 27 for Boston yesterday. Talk about having help. Nobody saw that coming from him. Dude hit 7 threes yesterday. And that
helps.
Yeah.
That helps.
Al Horford coming off the bench. He making
Grandpa Al.
I ain't heard Al since he was with Atlanta.
I know.
All of a sudden, he in the playoffs.
Open.
Just balling out.
Yeah.
Staring
He's
down
like,
Giannis like, what, little boy?
welcome to the league, rookie. It's basically what he was saying. He's like, you were in diapers over in Greece, and I was jamming on folks in the NBA.
Hey.
Get on my level.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got Jimmy Butler saying, James Harden better than me. I was like, dang, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's on. He's on a rampage too. This is going to be Celtics Heat. I think is going to be a great conference finals.
It's going to be like it was in, what was it, 2012, I think it was, when you had like Chris Paul, they were still mad at Ray Allen, and them and the Heat were going at it.
Yep.
It's going to be that kind of matchup again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
Hey, did y'all see this? Are y'all gonna potentially? You might be about to bring this up, Corey. I'm not trying to run ahead.
Hey, go ahead.
Are y'all potentially about to be coaching against Dan Mullen? Because according to the AJC, he will serve as a contributing resource to Lake Oconee Academy's football program in Greene County, Georgia. The school confirmed this yesterday. So he goes from coaching Gators to being a contributing resource to Lake.
It's a hell of a retirement plan.
Oconee Academy. I don't know. In Greene County, I don't know if that's close to y'all or not. They're going to y'all schedule or anything.
That's near Athens, actually, which is northeast Georgia. But I don't think he'll end up coaching there. I think they're just asking him questions, and somebody saw him up there and they're like, oh, he's coaching here.
He's like a consultant for this high school now. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's director of football operations.
Yeah,
he like Butch Jones for this high school. That's what he do.
He holds the trash can up.
Pretty much.
I mean, they have the same coaching
yesterday.
Coach Mullen's knowledge and experience in the game of football are world class. Lake Oconee Academy AD Chris Ingalls said, "We look forward to him sharing this with our coaches and student athletes. He will offer tremendous insight and guiding direction into the building of our young program, especially in the areas of offense and quarterback development."
First of all, that all that says in that whole entire line was, look, your son's pretty good at football, and we really want him to come here. Will you please let him come here? We'll kind of let you, come in and stuff. That's basically what that meant.
We'll let you come too.
Because you got North Oconee, who is pretty sporty at football now. Yeah. Oconee just got a new football coach. So Athens Academy, who's on the up and up now. So all those schools around
Greene
there.
County didn't. Where did Ogletree end up? He's up there somewhere, isn't he?
Is he at Greene? No, he's not. He's at
Greensboro, right?
He's at Greensboro, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, they're decent.
But yeah, I saw that. But I think it'd be cool, to have like Dan Mullen come in. Obviously, he's got a good head on his shoulders, kind of tell you how, do things. But if you take a college coach and put him in a high school setting, he would lose his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, Morris has now left Texas because I'm telling you, you go from not having to worry about school and students and tracking all that stuff. Now you're the head coach and you have to.
Now he's entering grades at Infinite Campus. He's like, nah, screw this.
My boy said, this ain't for me. I got to go.
He's like, man, I can't be grading these tests, man. He's like, I had to give some kid detention the other day. Not for me.
Go to faculty meetings.
Yeah.
He ain't about that life.
They're calling me Mr. Morris. What is this? What is this garbage? Do they call you Mr. Troupe?
No.
Do they like you're at a faculty meeting, they're how they just call everybody Mr. and Mrs. It's just so weird.
The only people that do that, like the counselors do, and I love them. Our counselors are great, and they'll slip up sometimes and be like, "Hey, Mr. Troupe." I mean, but then they'll catch themselves and say Coach Troupe, But I've never been called like Mr. Troupe, and it sounds weird.
It's like so weird
when they say it.
Mr.
I'm
Troupe. They're in Mr. Troupe's room. I was like, it makes the skin crawl. It's like, no.
Mr. Troupe is my grandfather. It's not me.
Yeah. Yeah, they call me like there'll be kids that call me Mr. Burton. I'm like, no, like no, don't do that. I correct them. I straight up correct. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
No,
that's like calling me by my first name almost. It's like, hey, bro, hold on.
Yeah, you might as well just call me Corey at this point.
Yeah. Man, but, I had a student the other day call me by my first name, and I've never been more mad at a student before. And I was like, who are you talking to? Because they do it, like the TikTok challenge or whatever. It was like, call your teachers by their first name. And I had a book in my hand, and it was like this close to being thrown at his face. But I caught myself, and I was like, who are you talking to?
Is there another Israel in the room? Yeah, I didn't think so.
And because I like looked around, I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard somebody say my name, but I'm not acknowledging it because nobody calls me that. Except my mom.
Yeah.
And my wife when she's mad at me.
Right.
Israel.
Those are usually the only times I get called by my first name.
Exactly.
Israel.
That about right.
Yeah. Makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Time to do it. Who?
Say what?
I have friends that didn't know my first name was Israel. Because they call me Troupe so much. They thought Troupe was my first name.
Oh, wow. That is funny.
When I pick up food, I never tell them my first name because they never say it right. I just say T.
How do they screw up Israel though?
No, my last name.
They were your last name.
Troupe.
Troupe. Oh yeah, my name is Troupe, and there's like Troupe.
Yes.
Trapper keeper. What?
Oh my Jesus!
It's like that scene from Dumb and Dumber. It's like starts with an S. Slippy, Slappy, Swanson. Oh, it's right here in the briefcase. Samsonite. I was way off. Troupe.
Love it.
They confuse you for a hairpiece.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Or they can't spell it.
Oh yeah, don't even try to spell it.
Unbelievable.
People forget the E all the time. I'm like, it's an E.
Like, oh, excuse me. Are you that guy? It's like, oh, excuse me. There's a E at the end of this. You got this wrong. You must fix this right now.
I forgot.
So like Ben,
I was doing something the other day and they forgot to put the E on the end of my name, so E at the end.
Troopy.
So like Ben Troupe, are y'all related?
Yeah, that's my cousin. Like legit, that's for real. That's my cousin for real. Yeah.
It is okay. I was like, this just made me wonder. Since we talking about it, I might well ask him. I mean, he's gonna be like yes or no.
Yeah. That's my older cousin from down the line. You don't really know your cousins until the family reunion. And you're like, hey, I know you. I watch you on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so you wear the wrong uniform, but I know you.
Yeah.
It was really cool because when I went to Florida on my official visit during the spring game, they announced everybody. Before Dan Mullen got there and it got boring. They would announce your names of who was there, recruits and stuff. And as soon as they said my name, everybody said true because that's what they said whenever you caught the ball. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
So it was already built in.
Yeah. And my family was not happy that I chose to go to Georgia.
Oh.
So
is this him from Swainsboro? Is that close to where you from? Or you different?
I'm from Tipton, which is on a little bit more south than them. But now that
what county is Swainsboro?
I forget.
So they weren't happy that you went to Georgia. Shouldn't they have been mad at him for going to Florida first? If y'all, Georgia folks.
Well, he had already established it.
Mm. And you was just supposed to follow along since he.
Mm-hmm.
the Troupe legacy.
Family reunion get kind of awkward now, boy.
That Troupe legacy.
It really does. So cookouts are like weird every once in a while, especially now that Georgia's won a national championship. Now, oh boy, they really hate me now.
That's gonna be interesting.
On this summer,
yeah, because like my side is all Georgia, obviously because of me. Like that side's all Florida
because of him.
So
the cookout's gonna be on this year, boy.
Exactly.
On and popping, baby. On and popping.
How about the? So what? How about the potential Manning cookouts with Arch? Getting ready to choose between Georgia and Texas.
Wow.
If I'm going to Texas, I ain't gonna lie.
They're gonna be in the SEC when he comes on.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna, for him. Like by the time he gets on campus, Quinn Ewers will be gone. It'd be like all to himself, and you get Sarkisian. You get
he's a really good quarterback coach.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback coach. I think if Alabama had Sarkisian, I think they would have been able to overcome these two injuries to their wide receivers, but Bill O'Brien just couldn't handle it.
He showed it in Texas with Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
I mean, you had Deshaun Watson. That's all you needed. He's a winner.
He's a winner.
And you blew it. Not only offensively, but defensively as well. Because let's all be real. All head coaches have a hand in the defense as well. Like you may give the keys to the DC, but I mean, you're in the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
You got J.J. Watt.
You know what's going on.
Come on, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
You wasted J.J. Watt in his prime.
Yes. You had Cush. You had Watt. That's a dysfunctional organization. You know, when you trade DeAndre Hopkins, you're like, oh, let me trade DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of sunflower seeds and a jugs machine.
Mm-hmm.
You had Foster at running back. I mean,
Foster couldn't stay healthy. Foster couldn't stay healthy. He couldn't be on the field.
You wasted him during his prime.
That is true.
You
wasted him during his prime. You trade for a running back that's had one good year and one healthy year, and he ends up being the third string, and now he's cut. I think he got cut. Like, that's how bad. But then again, DeAndre Hopkins just got popped for PED, so what can you do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
DeAndre doesn't look like he lifts a weight. You know, some dudes just like DK Metcalf, you're like, that guy loves the weight room. You look at D-Hop, you're like, does he even go to like workouts?
Well, did you watch the Hard Knocks with the Texans?
Mm-mm.
If you want to get an idea of DeAndre Hopkins, watch that one.
He was bigger in college than he is now.
Yeah, he was. He was. You know, he just watch. You'll draw several conclusions. Mike Vrabel is the real deal. Brian Cushing is certifiably insane. You're not sure if J.J. Watt has got a future in WWE. And I'll let you draw your conclusion about D-Hop. But Vince Wilfork is hilarious, by the way.
Oh, we all knew that when he had on the overalls and the cowboy boots and no shirt. That's priceless.
Yeah. Ben Jones is
Ben Jones.
Ben Jones is Ben Jones. Let's see what else. What else did we gain from that? You knew that Bill O'Brien likes Rick Ross.
Yes. Is that the one where D-Hop got into it with D'Angelo Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a priceless episode. He beat D'Angelo Hall too, physically.
Yeah, he beat him, and then he broke his ankles literally.
Yes.
And he's like, I fear God, bro. I fear God, bro. He just kept saying that over and over and over again. I fear God, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing how, speaking on that topic, because I mainly talk to y'all about this too, is like the veterans feel like the young kids should like bow down to them. You know what I mean? But it's a respect factor. So like Tannehill and Malik, of course I'm not going to give him all my secrets, but I'm going to look out for the young man when he gets to the NFL. Because like you said earlier, Corey, there's no schedule. Like there's no, all right, we they're not going to send a GA to come wake you up or anything. Like,
no, they're not.
How you not mentor a young kid when I know you're a mentor? You know,
they're going to send the assistant GM to cut you. Is what they're going to do.
Yeah, please turn in your badge at the end of the day.
Yeah, your key card no longer works.
You know, and that's like in anything you do, like mentor the young kid. You know, without Corey, I wouldn't know about this podcast situation. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, here you go."
Right.
You know,
yeah.
I wouldn't know about anything about this.
I mean, you know, technically, what he said was right. Like technically,
from a competitor standpoint, I understand.
Yeah, it's technically it's not my job to mentor you, but
morally, I'm going to.
Morally, yeah, because if by me mentoring you, I'm actually helping myself too.
Yeah.
Because like the best way to lock in information is to teach it.
Yep.
You know, like, you know,
there's a reason why Jason Garrett is so good at some of the things he does, because he was Troy Aikman's wingman for forever.
Yeah, like if Ryan Tannehill was truly not worried about losing his job to a rookie, to a third round rookie, he probably wouldn't have made that comment. He probably just would have said, "Yeah, you know, whatever he needs," and probably just would have brushed right past it.
Yeah,
you know,
you're 2 plays away from him taking your job, and you felt that. And you're intimidated by that. Like even if I wasn't going to do it, I wouldn't have said in front of people.
No,
I mean, just been like, yeah, we're going to practice together and move on to the next question. You gave a whole dissertation as to why you're not going to do it.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's not the fact that he's, you know, because you know, like he's going to help him some, right? I mean, it's not his job to hold his hand, but he's going to help him. Like Malik Willis is going to have some questions, and Tannehill will answer them. You know, that he's going to, you know, he'll work with them on some techniques. They just do normal teammate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think too much of a big deal was made of it. But the more I thought about it, I kind of feel like too much of a big deal was made of it. But I think in the moment, I think he said it wrong. I think the insecurity came out, and that's the first thing I picked up on. Oh, this dude's insecure. Mm-hmm. He feels like he's going to lose his job. You know, he's like, I'm not my job. He gets real defensive. It sounded real defensive. Like, I'm not mentoring him. That's not my job.
Go that Favre Rodgers route. I ain't helping him.
Yeah, I'm not helping him.
Absolutely.
Fuck that guy.
All I could think about was that y'all ever seen that episode of Chappelle's Show, the player haters ball?
Yeah.
And all I could think of hate.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Like, you got to answer that question like a pro. Like, that wasn't a very pro answer.
Yeah.
That was very much of like a high school kid who just lost state championship, and they interview him, which is a terrible idea, by the way.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, save the losing interviews for the pros, but he had that playoff game where he threw 3 really bad interceptions.
Yeah, he didn't basically help him whatsoever. He sealed the game for him.
Yeah, basically, I mean, all he has to do is play mediocre, and they win that game because Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times. Yeah, it was the NFL equivalent of throwing a no-hitter and losing.
I was just about to say that. I was literally just about to say it.
Great minds think alike.
You come full circle.
Yeah. Full circle, yes.
Man.
But you know, going back to your point, Israel, you know, helping you is helping the show, and helping the show, having a good show is where it's at.
Dude, we're all boys. I mean, I might not hang out with you outside of, you know, the locker room or whatever, but in between these walls, like, we're teammates, and we gotta look out for each other. There are plenty of people on my team I didn't hang out with, but if it came down to it, like, we were gonna stick together.
Oh yeah, you got to.
I don't have to like you to be a good teammate.
No,
basically.
I mean, it helps, but it's not a requirement.
No.
So yeah, I thought there was a little bit of an overreaction. I think that, you know, it's slow time. Media needed something to take off with. They needed something to fuel this Malik Willis fire, but it just reeked
how he said it was
that's what set it off. It's like, oh, well, this sounds like a guy that's going to lose his job by week 8.
Yeah.
You know,
Hate.
And he very well
hate,
could.
Hate,
I mean,
hate. That's all I heard.
hate.
I'm
The
gonna watch
player
that when we
haters
get
bought. Oh yeah,
when we get off. I'm gonna watch that. I love that part.
got to. Yeah, it's just I don't get it. Like Tannehill, he's I think Tannehill's contract a little bit is to blame for AJ Brown, because I think they would have been able to pay him if they weren't paying an ungodly amount to Tannehill. But hindsight's always 20/20, of course. And you got to pay your quarterback who just coming off an NFC Championship appearance. You have to pay your quarterback, and I understand that you're about to have a franchise defensive tackle, which Aaron Donald proved that you have to pay that guy now.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Ben Simmons, not Ben Simmons. They don't have Ben Simmons. They have, Jeffrey Simmons that they have to pay, and they have Derrick Henry that they're probably going to have to offer a huge extension to. So, I mean, they got their priorities, and paying $25 million for a year for a wide receiver who hasn't really played a full season yet is a little bit irresponsible. They weren't going to pay him, and the whole goal for NFL receivers is to get your 5 years at the rookie contract and move on. Get the next one. That's what they did. Now they got Treylon Burks, who's just as good. They'll have him for 4 or 5 years, and they'll move on from him probably when he starts commanding more money. It's easy breezy. Like at some point, you knew that Patrick Mahomes deal was going to affect him somehow, right? Like you can't pay him $400 million and not lose somebody. It's the NFL. It's the NFL. There's a salary cap, right?
Somebody's gonna pay it.
Somebody's gonna pay it, but the Chiefs couldn't pay it. They didn't want to not get anything for him, so they had to trade him. They were forced to make that move. Which, I mean, that happens. That's called business in the NFL. It's business as usual. It's called don't get too attached to players. That's why I don't buy jerseys.
Exactly.
That's one reason why I don't buy jerseys. There's a myriad of other reasons, but that's one of them. It's just, to me, this may sound get off my lawn, knuckle dragging, whatever, cavemanish of me, but I have a hard time wearing another grown man's jersey.
That's weird.
As a grown man, it just feels weird to me. Like I can wear like
a baseball jersey. Baseball jersey, because it's not, you can unbutton it. It's not really form fitting. But like a football jersey.
I'm just talking about having the other dude's name on my back. Like
pause.
What? Pause. Oh,
it's one of the things my kids taught me. I learn new things in school all the time.
Okay, you're going to have to explain this one.
I will.
Pause. Yeah, no, I just like the generic baseball jersey or the generic hockey jersey. I can do that.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I had a Michael Jordan jersey, but I was a kid. Like I don't wear it anymore.
Those are facts. Those are big facts. I totally agree with that.
Like I just could, like seeing my peers wearing a Jeff Francoeur jersey was befuddling to me, because Jeff Francoeur and I are the same age.
Yeah.
I like Jeff Francoeur. I think he was a good ball player. Not gonna rock his jersey.
Especially like when you know the person too.
Yeah.
Like I know him like personally. Like me rocking a Ben Jones jersey or AJ Green jersey, something like that. I'm like, I know him.
Yeah. Unless I'm going to a function for him and like wearing it would just be supporting his cause. Okay.
Still not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't even wear my own jerseys with my own name on the back of it.
Yeah, that feels weird too. I wore my for one of our homecoming dress-up days, I wore my jersey. My high school jersey.
Weird.
Felt weird. I wore my Letterman's jacket one day for one of those dress-up days. Felt weird.
Start to realize how old you really are in situations like that.
Yeah. Like I must be really getting to the age. I must really be getting old. I'm old. I'm the oldest guy on here, but I must be really getting old because I'm starting to like rock the plain shirts. Like just subtle. The more subtle the graphic, the better. Although that hat you're rocking is fantastic.
Thanks, man. Well,
Bird
I'm
dog
starting to
action.
get into the hat game. Like the old snapbacks.
Yeah. I got this Columbia hat. It's like the American flag, but it's all fish.
Mm-hmm.
Got that one. I got a Costa. Is it Costa or Costa?
I say coasted.
I say Costa too. I was just curious about that. I know somebody's gonna jump in. It's like it's Costa. Oh jeez.
Costa, y'all want to sponsor the podcast? Come on and holler at us.
Yeah, if you want to come on and correct us and throw us some sponsorship, by all means.
Absolutely.
I could use some blue blockers.
Costa and blue blockers.
And Bird Dog. Bird Dog one. Yeah.
Which
Nike.
Bird Dog? The glasses? Bird Dog makes glasses too?
Whatever Bird Dog makes, bring it on.
You're here for
it.
It
tastes delicious, by the way.
No, does it?
It does. Oh, they make that in Tennessee?
Bird Dog?
Yeah. You know they make whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
Ain't
do.
that made in Tennessee?
I thought it was either Tennessee or Kentucky. That's right. They make it all. They do it all. It's crazy.
It's delicious.
That's right. I forgot about Bird Dog. And by the way, this pen right here, I found a magnetic part of my laptop, and it's just like sticking to it. I'm like mesmerized by it.
The things you find out as you're podcasting.
Yeah, I'm like, because I was just holding the pen, I just set it down, and it just like snapped out of my hand. I was like, "What the hell? Hold on."
Hey, Mom, look what I can do.
Hey, check this out! Oh! Everybody's like, "Corey, what are you doing?" Yeah, we've been
really about to show my age now. Remember Mad TV?
Mm-hmm.
Stewart.
Yes.
Yep.
Mom, look what I can do.
God, love it. That's a reference right there.
He was the one.
These kids will never know. They will never know how good TV really was back then.
Oh my God! Like Saturday Night Live before they were overly political was outstanding.
The jokes that they make each other do.
Yeah.
The news. Oh, those are priceless.
Oh, those are awesome.
Priceless.
They read each other's jokes, and when they're about to deliver, like, oh God, like bracing for impact.
Oh, it's funny. I saw a TikTok today. This girl forgot her ID.
Yeah,
and it was like the Mentos commercial. Mentos is full of life, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulled out a Blockbuster card and showed it to the bouncer. He let her in and said, "You must be old."
Yeah. You're definitely old enough. That's awesome.
I challenge you to go ask your kids tomorrow what Blockbuster is.
Oh yeah.
I dropped a Sam Goody on somebody the other day.
Oh boy.
I dropped a Blockbuster music on somebody. You remember those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are awesome. But guys, we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. That is a very throwback. We're going for about an hour and 15 minutes. Israel, you're in the process of moving. When does school end for you?
Friday.
Oh, y'all are done Friday.
We're done Friday.
Oh wow.
Well, the kids are going. I have to go for like a day the next week, but we're done.
Yeah.
The seniors are going.
See, we got exams next week.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, must be nice. Yeah, we graduate. We graduate Friday. Our exams are the following week, so those are all half days for the kids.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But y'all get a lot of holidays in between, though, don't you? Y'all start early, then get like weeks of like fall break stuff like that. Yeah. See, I would rather start like on time and then like cut out the breaks in between so we get out earlier for summer.
Yeah,
I know the breaks are nice, but at the same time, it's like because I don't want to be here in the middle of June.
Yeah, they were much needed this year, but normally I'm like, yeah, you can have the breaks. Just give me spring break and a couple snow days, and we're good.
What's the weather up there for y'all now?
Oh, it's hot. It's been in the 90s last few days. Yeah.
It was a brisk 97 today.
I'm sunburned. I can't believe my face is not sunburned. I went to the pool yesterday for like 2 hours. I'm roasted.
You know, it's not fun. Turkey hunting, and it's 92 degrees outside. That's not fun.
Because you have to wear all the stuff, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go imagine. Now, are you the no matter what the temperature is, you're coaching in long sleeves?
I am now. I used to not be, but I am now. I wear long sleeves all the time, but I don't like the big floppy hats though. I'm a regular hat guy.
I used to like the floppy hats, and then like I tried to wear mine. See, we still got 3 days of spring practice this week. Yeah. Makes sense. Make sense. But I was the I tried to wear my floppy hat. I was like, God, this thing's just not practical. It's uncomfortable. So I went back to my regular hat.
I wear it on the beach all the time, but I don't wear it at practice.
I don't even do that anymore. I just kind of, I'll wear it on the boat sometimes. I'll wear it on my yacht. My yacht's going to be named Beast of the East.
Bleav it, baby.
That's right. Bleav got this new feature that we can actually, I can actually, as I upload our episode, I can actually create, the little snippets that has like the picture and it has like the jumping audio waveform thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the ability to create that ourselves.
That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I still draw stick figures.
We're at our power right now.
I know Israel's like, what technology?
Corey has the power.
I have the power.
He got the juice now, Vinny.
I've definitely got the juice.
Yeah, it'd be fun to play around with that.
Yeah, what do I do with that? Israel, I thought about giving you the login stuff, but I was like, well, he probably ain't gonna not do it anyway. So
I don't know how to do that.
Like, man, I just teach weight training.
Look, if y'all don't come up with them links and stuff, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm in the dark over here.
Well, you're literally in the dark over there because you guys are moving out like tomorrow.
Yeah, it's our house sold and we bought a new house. I feel like such an adult. You sell a house and then you buy another house. It's crazy.
You win the adult award.
I ain't doing it again for a while. I think I'm gonna stay still for a little bit.
Yeah, we won Parents of the Year yesterday. Took Huck on a 3-mile hike and a hour and a half at the pool.
Oh man!
And like another 2 hours playing outside in the backyard.
But he slept like a champ.
He did sleep like a champ. That dude was, and it was hot too, man.
Mm-hmm. It's probably like, take me home now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. We did like legit trail hiking,
Y'all got it all in yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That's our
weekend. Hope you carried your stick. The critters are out.
Yep. I caught a tick. Yeah. Got home, I was like, oh, that's a tick. Boop. So got it right off. So, but we're an hour and 20 minutes in. So we're gonna wrap this bad boy up because it probably got real late, real early for you East Coasters, you Eastern time zone people.
That's right.
It's 11:05. It is time for the Fox 5 News or whatever channel you watch down there and wherever you are.
The cool kids live on this side of the hemisphere.
All the cool kids are in the Central Time Zone.
I was about to say, not hemisphere, time zone. See,
yeah, we're both we're both in the we're both in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's good, right? So we're all cool. So we all fit in. All you Southern Hemisphere
I caught
people.
it like right when I said, I was like, wait, that's not right.
Are you you got something against Australians?
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
Sounds like
they're cool.
That's gonna be the headline.
Animals, but they're cool.
Israel Troupe hates Australians.
There it is. There it is.
Mr. Tropper hates Australians.
Yeah.
Well, you're like, I'll take that headline. I don't know who the hell Mr. Tropper is, but we're good.
That guy.
that guy hates Australians. So, but anyway, we are the Beast of the East podcast on the Bleav Network, coming at you on y'all's conference. Welcome back, Israel. And we will see you back here same time next week. The Troupe will be celebrating his end of school. We'll try to get him live from the moving van. And we'll get it done there for Vinny, for Israel, and Corey. We wish you a great week and an even better weekend. We'll see you back here next Monday. Goodbye.